I love headlines like this because they really show how much the law only matters if someone actually is going to enforce it. If you're not aware, over the last few days there have been some massive protests in Los Angeles over tons of ICE arrests, most of those done without any kind of judicial warrant, so those are illegal in the first place. Those protests were almost exclusively peaceful until Trump decided to send in the National Guard without being requested to by either Governor Gavin Newsom or the mayor of Los Angeles. He's not supposed to be able to do that without invoking the Insurrection Act, which is something that you invoke basically when there's someone trying to overthrow the government or a very serious assault going on against the country internally, which is not happening in some peaceful protests. Let me remind you that peacefully protesting is a right given to all Americans. Deploying the National Guard really seems to be less about keeping the peace or protecting ICE agents, as is the official explanation, and more about making a point. Although it is inflaming the situation, making protests more violent, it also shows that the government is not going to let democratic states get away with protesting their massive deportation plans. But it is also in a bunch of ways illegal, which is unfortunate because absolutely no one is going to do anything about that. Some people are calling it authoritarian. I mean, they are mobilizing the army against their own citizens, so call it what you will. In another case of something that is almost certainly illegal but no one's going to do anything about, the Madeleine, which was the ship that was attempting to run the illegal blockade to bring humanitarian aid to Gaza, was illegally stopped in international waters by Israeli forces, brought to Israel, and the members of the crew are now in the process of being extradited back to their home country. These two stories really highlight how things being illegal only really matter if you're below a certain power threshold. If you get to be a country or the leader of a country where enforcing the laws is actually on you, you no longer have to adhere to them because there is nobody to hold you to account. Which is what makes headlines like this both so entertaining and depressing. Because is Trump allowed to deploy National Guard troops in California? Under the circumstances, no. But he's going to do it anyways.